What's up, guys? Welcome to today's video. I'm going to go through a couple different things today. I just want to cover a couple different topics and a couple different things in regards to the markets as well. So this is kind of a miscellaneous, I guess you could say, topic video, but we're going to go ahead and hop into it, and I hope you get some good information out of this. If you do enjoy the video, or if you just want to support me as I begin this journey as a content creator, I would really appreciate it if you could drop a like on the video. That helps with the YouTube algorithm. And if you could subscribe to my channel as well. I'm not even at 100 subscribers yet, so I'm trying to hit that milestone and continue to grow, obviously, as time goes on. Thanks for joining me today, and let's go ahead and get into it. So we are going to start today talking about Swell. Obviously, I've covered this topic quite a few times, but I do just want to bring you guys some new news that recently occurred in regards to that. So without any further ado, if you noticed on the Swell Layer 2, the TVL, total value that's locked into their Layer 2 contract, at this point has gone up substantially. At one point, it was around $400 million, and it seemed to kind of stagnate there. But recently, I guess what happened is Justin Sun, the founder of the Tron blockchain and overall kind of infamous Web3 participant that he is, deposited around $500 million into the Swell Layer 2 contract so that he could capitalize on the airdrop that they're doing. Now, a lot of people are speculating that this is going to water down the airdrop and he's going to ruin it for everybody because he's put all this money in, and so he's going to get a ton of points, and it's just not going to be a good airdrop anymore. I personally disagree with that, and the reason is the Swell team is a real quality group of people, and they have some real good advisors that care about Ethereum and care about the ecosystem participants in Ethereum. And they all know who Justin Sun is. Everybody knows who he is, and he doesn't exactly have a great reputation. For example, something like this, he doesn't need the money, but he's basically trying to take advantage of an opportunity and basically take money from people who really could use it in terms of an airdrop. So that being said, I do think that the Swell team, if he even gets an airdrop at all, which he may not, to be honest, I mean, there's no guarantee that you're going to get an airdrop when you're farming these points. And so they are able to basically block him and say, you are basically just a Cybele and we don't want you involved in this. So there is that possibility. But what's more likely is that there's going to be some kind of a cap on what he can get. Ultimately, I think that they're going to look out the most for solo stakers, as well as smaller ecosystem participants that have long wallet histories, who interact with lots of different contracts on Ethereum, participate in the ecosystem as a whole, and basically contribute to the growth of Ethereum as a whole. A lot of these people really do care about Ethereum itself, and they want to see it grow and, over time basically become the new internet, so to speak. So that being said, just a little update there on Swell Layer 2. Justin Sun has stuck his filthy fingers into something else again. So we'll see how that all plays out, and I will keep you guys updated with any news that I wind up getting. One more thing, EtherFi here is coming close to the end of their stake rank, basically the season 2 of their airdrop. They've done a couple different events here, and I imagine they will be launching their airdrop probably the second half of their airdrop rather, somewhere around the same time that Swell is doing theirs. That would be my guess. I don't have any actual knowledge to back that up, but we will see how that plays out as well, and I will keep you guys posted on that. Just one more thing I wanted to cover real quick. Total value locked on all the different blockchains. I think this is a good metric when doing research to look into. A lot of people count like transactions per second and all these other things, but ultimately, if you look at the money that's locked into one of these chains, for example, the TVL on Ethereum, $53 billion. So that's there because people are comfortable to leave their money there. They know it's secure. They know that they're not going to have risk of losing it for some stupid reason, maybe a hack or smart contract risk, but ultimately the risk is very, very low. So that being said, when researching other chains to invest in, it's good to take a look at this, and not just the TVL metric, but the 24-hour volume metric as well. I find to be almost a better metric, because that shows you how much activity is on the chain. And instead of measuring just transactions per second, because those numbers can be fudged, so to speak, with so many different things. If you look at the DEX volume, and you'll see how much money is changing hands on these chains, how many people are trading, how many people are actively out there, participating in these ecosystems. That, I think, is a really good metric to keep an eye on. For example, Solana is neck and neck with Ethereum, and oftentimes performs better than Ethereum. So something to keep an eye on, and kind of tell you who's leading the space right now as well, in terms of these chains. For example, this Merlin chain that just launched, they have $1.1 billion in TVL, but there's only $1.7 million in 24-hour trading volume. So there's a lot of value locked on the chain, because people wanted to take part in all these airdrops that are happening, but people aren't really excited about it, or if they are, they're not on the chain using the services, using the dApps, using the products. Not the same way that we see on some of these other chains like Arbitrum, with basically around $400 million, Binance Smart Chain, $600 million, Thorchain, basically $300 million. And, these chains tokens will pump. Some of them, like Arbitrum, for example, obviously maybe not, but their token has a lot less utility than the others I just mentioned. That being said, let's move on to the next segment here with a little market analysis. There's just a few points I want to touch on. Obviously, recently the sideways price action has been somewhat depressing for a lot of people. Leaves you kind of confused, what's going on, what happens next. And so I just want to go through a few different charts here, kind of show you what I see in the charts and what I'm looking for next. So we'll start with Bitcoin, actually. We're here on a 12-hour chart. So in this last 12 hours here, actually, we've had this green vector candle pop up, and we've come up towards the 50 EMA on the 12-hour chart. So basically very similar to where the 50 EMA is on the daily chart. We'll see if we can break through that today. If we are able to do that, we may finally start to move up again. But what likely, I don't want to say likely, but another strong possibility, I guess, would be that we come up to this 50 EMA at $63,700, and we just bounce off that and come back down again. But ultimately, we will see. We have changed the trend a little bit here, where we were leaving. If we look here, we were, lower low, lower low, lower low, and now we've broken that and set a new higher low here. So that could be a sign that we are going to start moving up here, but we will have to wait and see if we can break this 50 EMA. That will be the real indicator, and close a daily candle above it, of what happens next. So something to keep an eye on. On the 12-hour chart, some good indicators to keep an eye on. These vector candles here show that there's a lot of volume behind these moves, and typically that's a sign that we may be heading for a break of the 50 EMA. It's tough to see. We had this fake out back here, so we'll see what happens. But I'm interested to see how today unfolds. Basically, we're here on Friday, and of course, it's going to be exciting. So we'll see how that all plays out. Moving to Ethereum. Ethereum's price action has been, less than impressive. We're just trending down. Can't get above this 50 EMA here. I'll move to the daily chart. Can't get above the 50 EMA. We're just falling. Just sandwiched between the 50 EMA and the 200 EMA here. Not a bad place to be, but not exactly bullish price action. That being said, I do think that Ethereum's time is coming, and soon. Likely the ETF will wind up being denied, or maybe it'll be approved. But if it is denied, I think that's already been priced in for the most part, and so we won't see much downside price action from that. I don't think we'll be falling beneath the 200-day EMA. If we do, I don't think it'll be for very long. So likely what we'll see may wind up having a bounce off this 200 EMA down here and come back up, but we may just kind of trend beneath this 50 EMA here and tighter to the 200 EMA, wind up hitting the bounce, and then we'll go up from there. Some people have compared Ethereum's recent moves on the weekly to last cycle down here. Doesn't look that similar to me, so I'm not too sure, where they, I guess, get that from. Basically, it was a 27% fall in the price, and here we've had 31% end to end. So I guess somewhat similar, but we'll see how it plays out. Ultimately, I think Ethereum's got an excellent bull run to come. I think it's going to surprise a lot of people, but the price action to this point has been sluggish, which to me just provides more opportunities to pick more up at better prices. Let's go ahead and move on here. Bitcoin Cash, we'll skip that. QNT, this seems to be the trend here for a lot of these coins, where this white line here is the 200-day EMA, which is what measures the average price over 200 days of the exponential moving average. And then this dark blue line is the 800-day EMA. And then this light blue one is the 50 EMA, and this purple cloud is just like a volatility cloud. So that being said, a lot of these coins you're going to see are either under the 200 EMA or under the 50 EMA and not looking good. But some are looking great. Like Render, for example, we've broken back above this 50 EMA and we're pushing up. Let's see. Solana, same thing. We just broke back above the 50 EMA yesterday on a 7% move up. Closed the day above, and we are pushing up today. So I'm interested to see how that continues. My guess is that we'll probably run into resistance around $170. And if we can get through that level, we may continue up from there. But largely the price action, I think, for the next couple of months is going to be somewhat stagnant before we see another real big push up. Here's another example. ICP, we're above the 200-day EMA, but we're below the 50 EMA. It's not a bad thing, but it's not, terribly bullish. I think what I've seen for the most part, looking through some of these charts earlier today, a lot of the AI coins, like AIs here, Near Protocol, they've all seemed to move back above the 50-day EMA and are making progress to the upside. But most other coins, that's not the case. Most other coins are below the 50 EMA while still holding the 200-day EMA. Some of them are. Some of them aren't even holding the 200-day, which is interestingly not that good looking. SNS here, Synesis 1 is holding the 200-day EMA but is below the 50-day EMA. I imagine this will have another breakout here soon. We saw a massive move from around 1.1 cents up to 23 cents at the peak there. So it was guaranteed to come down, falling to around 6 cents here. I think is actually a pretty good retracement, and we'll likely see some consolidation before this continues to move up. Cash yesterday, some of you saw, I'm sure, the aggressive price move to the upside, 30% move in one day. This tracks with what I was just saying before about AI coins seemingly having their move right now. It's hard to say what exactly is the catalyst for that, but it's interesting because that seems to be the trend. The AI coins move, and then something else moves after that in terms of whatever narrative picks up after that. In the cycled pumps that we've had to this point, that seems to be how it's played out, in my opinion anyway. Hedera actually is also doing very well, holding above the 50 EMA, looking very good in terms of price action, which is more than can be said for a lot of these other coins. IMX here, same thing, back above the 200-day EMA, under the 50-day EMA. Polkadot, same thing, stuck under the 200-day EMA, as well as a 50-day EMA. Fetch just broke above the 50 EMA, and I could just go here and go through coins for, basically all day, and you'll just keep seeing the same thing. So interesting, something to take note of if you're trading like I am. It's good to trade these swings. You can make some profits on these swings here. I just had a nice trade on Ton coin for a 97% gain on the move that I caught there, which was really nice. Ton, as we can see, performing very well. So real easy when you see these parabolic moves coming to catch just a piece of it, take your profit and get out. I'll be doing more in terms of trading videos and posting kind of some instructions on reading charts and things of that nature here soon in the days to come. But I just wanted to kind of hop in here, give you my thoughts on the market. Some things seem to be moving, mainly focused on AI and some of the better layer 1 projects like Hedera and Solana. Things that have the narrative or have the attention of the market, basically. So we'll keep tracking this. We'll keep an eye on it, and I will bring you guys any updates that I have for you. Hope you got something good out of this. If you did, please don't forget, drop a like on the video, subscribe to my channel. I'll have more videos coming. And if you have something that you want to see, maybe you have a video that you would like to see, let me know in the comments below, and I will make that video for you. I'm always looking for new ideas. Obviously, I'm a very brand new channel here, and so it's good practice for me, and I might be able to give you some of the knowledge that you're looking for, or at least my opinion on a topic that maybe you already know more about than me, but I would still be able to give you my thoughts. Thanks so much, though. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys soon. Take care.